Let's be honest, dealing with debt can feel like you're completely lost in a maze of bad advice. But what if there was a clear, proven playbook to get you out? Well, today we're going to cut right through all that noise and give you exactly that. Does this sound familiar? You're stressed, you're overwhelmed by your debt, and then suddenly your inbox and your mailbox are just flooded with these promises of a quick fix. You know, it's really tempting, but a lot of these offers are confusing and, frankly, they can be really dangerous. So here's the truth. Most of those solutions, they're actually financial traps, and they're designed to make things a whole lot worse. So in this explainer, we're going to expose the 5 most dangerous debt traps out there. And then we're going to give you the 3 simple, powerful strategies that actually work. All right, let's start with the traps. These are the strategies that seem kind of helpful on the surface, but they're built on a foundation of terrible risk. First up is the one that tempts you with your very own money. You've probably heard this one, and the promise is so seductive, isn't it? Hey, it's your money, just borrow from yourself. It seems like such a simple way to get a low-interest loan to solve a high-interest problem. But, you know, it's an illusion. The reality is that a 401k loan is what you'd call a catastrophe multiplier. That's a powerful phrase. It basically ties your retirement savings directly to your job, creating the single point of failure that can turn one bad thing, like a job loss, into a complete financial implosion. Okay, so here's how the disaster unfolds. It's like dominoes. First, you lose your job. Now you have to repay that entire loan in as little as 60 days. If you can't, and most people can't, it defaults. That loan then instantly becomes taxable income, and you get slapped with a 10% penalty on top of it. Then there's the brutal double taxation. You repay the loan with after-tax money, and then that same money gets taxed again when you take it out in retirement. All the while, that cash is just sitting there, out of the market, losing years and years of potential compound growth. It is a devastating chain reaction. All right, next up, trap number 2. And this one preys on pure desperation. I'm talking about for-profit debt settlement companies. Their sales pitch sounds like a dream come true, right? Just pay us a fee and we'll make your debt disappear. But here's the catch, and it is a huge one. Their entire business model requires you to do one thing: stop paying your bills. Yeah, that's their strategy. They literally create a crisis by having you default on your debts, because that's the only way a creditor will even consider negotiating. And this, of course, absolutely annihilates your credit score from day one. And the fallout is just awful. While you're not paying, late fees and penalty interest just keep piling up, often leaving you even deeper in debt than when you started. Your credit report gets torched for 7 years. And get this, creditors can, and they often do, just ignore the settlement company and sue you directly. To top it all off, if they do forgive some of your debt, the IRS might count that forgiven amount as taxable income, leaving you with a massive surprise tax bill. It's really no wonder that both the FTC and the CFPB have issued serious warnings about this entire industry. Now, for the most common trap of all, this is one that millions of people fall into every single month. It's not really a scam, but more of a feature of the system that's designed to keep you running on a financial treadmill, going nowhere fast. This is so crucial to understand. A minimum payment is not a repayment plan. Let me say that again. It is not a repayment plan. It's a calculation, a formula designed to do 2 things: keep your account in good standing and maximize the lender's profit from interest over the longest possible time. This slide shows you the brutal math. So let's say you have a $1,000 debt. Your first minimum payment might be around $27. But look at where that money actually goes. Almost 2/3 of it, nearly $17, is just eaten up by interest. Only $10 goes to paying down what you actually owe. You're barely making a dent. And this slide, this is the data hammer. This should make you mad. Look at this $5,000 debt. If you only pay the minimum, it will take you over 18 years to pay it off. And you'll pay almost $6,000 in interest. That's more than the original debt. But just by fixing your payment at $200 a month, you're debt-free in under 3 years, and you save over $4,600 in interest. The difference is absolutely staggering. Okay, enough about the traps. That's the bad news. Let's pivot to the solutions. We've seen what not to do. So what is the very first step you should take? And surprise, it's not attacking your debt. It's building a defense. $1,000. That's it. That's the number. Before you throw every single extra penny at your credit cards, you have to do this first. This is the key to breaking the debt cycle for good. Think of this $1,000 as a defensive debt moat around your financial castle. It's your shock absorber. So when that unexpected car repair or medical bill hits, and you know it will, you pay for it with this cash instead of slapping it on a credit card. It stops you from taking on new debt while you're trying to pay off the old debt. This single step is what stops that vicious cycle. So once your $1,000 moat is in place and your defenses are up, you're ready to go on the attack. And there are two proven, really powerful methods to do this, and you get to choose the one that fits your personality best. Okay, on the left, we've got the debt snowball. With this one, you attack your smallest debt first, no matter what the interest rate is. Why? Because it gives you these quick psychological wins that build momentum and keep you fired up. On the right, you've got the debt avalanche. Here, you attack the highest interest rate first. This is the mathematically optimal path. It's going to save you the most money in interest. So which one is better? Honestly, the best plan is the one you'll actually stick with. So you have to ask yourself, do you need those quick wins to stay motivated, or does saving the absolute most money drive you? But what if your debt is just so big that even the snowball or the avalanche feels impossible? There is a safe, legitimate way to get help, and it's basically the anti-debt settlement solution. Just look at this night and day difference. A for-profit debt settlement company, The Trap, tells you to stop paying your bills. A nonprofit credit counselor sets you up with a debt management plan, or a DMP, the solution. With a DMP, you make one payment to them, and they pay your creditors for you. Settlement tries to reduce the principal, and in the process, it wrecks your credit. A DMP negotiates to drastically reduce your interest rates. One is warned against by federal agencies, the other is actually recommended by them. It's a really clear choice. So how do you spot a scam in the wild? Here's a quick checklist. If a company demands big fees upfront, if they guarantee a result, if they contact you out of the blue, if they use high-pressure you have to act now sales tactics, or, and this is the biggest red flag of all, if they tell you to stop talking to your creditors, you run the other way. So let's put it all together. Here it is, the entire playbook on one slide. First, you defend, build your $1,000 starter emergency fund to stop the bleeding. Second, you attack. Choose your weapon, snowball or avalanche, and focus all your intensity on one debt at a time. And third, seek help safely. If you're feeling overwhelmed, contact a certified nonprofit credit counselor. That's it. That is the path. And that's really the key takeaway here. There are no secret loopholes. There are no quick fixes. Getting out of debt is a process. It takes discipline, it takes a little bit of math, and it takes an understanding of your own behavior. But it is absolutely 100% achievable. You have the playbook now. You know the traps to avoid and the real strategies that work. So the question is, what's the very first step you are going to take, maybe even today, to start this journey and reclaim your financial future?